5 seconds to go. Start. My dear countrymen, Namaskar. Often in Mann Ki Baat, there is a volley of your questions. This time, I thought of doing something different, asking you questions. So listen carefully to my questions. Who was the first Indian to win an individual gold at the Olympics? In which game has India won the maximum number of medals at the Olympics? Which player has won the maximum number of medals at the Olympics? Friends, you may or may not send answers to me, but by answering the Olympics quiz that is on MyGov, you will win several prizes. Many questions like these are in the Road to Tokyo quiz on MyGov. Participate in the Road to Tokyo quiz. Know how India has performed earlier. How is our preparation now for Tokyo Olympics? Know all this for yourself and tell others too. I want to urge you all to definitely participate in this quiz competition. Friends, when we are talking of Tokyo Olympics, how can one forget the legendary athlete Milkha Singh? Some days ago, Corona snatched him away from us. When he was in hospital, I got an opportunity to talk to him. While talking to him, I had urged him. I had said that you have represented India in 1964 Tokyo Olympics, so this time when our players are going to Olympics in Tokyo, you have to boost the morale of our athletes, have to motivate them with your message. He was so committed and emotional for sports that he immediately gave his consent even during his illness. But unfortunately, Providence had other plans. I still remember he had come to Surat in 2014. We had inaugurated a night marathon. The interaction that I had with him then, the chat about sports that happened, that inspired me a lot too. We all know that the entire family of Milkha Singh has been dedicated to sports, has been adding to the glory of India. Friends, when talent, dedication, determination, and sportsman spirit come together, only then a champion is made. In our country, most of the sports persons hail from the smaller towns and villages. Our team that is going to Tokyo too has many such players whose life inspires a lot. When you hear about our Praveen Jadhavji, then you too will feel how many difficulties Praveen has gone through to reach here. Praveen hails from a village in Stara district of Maharashtra. He is very good at archery. His parents run the family by working as laborers, and now their son is going to participate in his first Olympics at Tokyo. This is a matter of great pride not only for his parents but for all of us. Similarly, there is one more player, our Neha Goyalji. Neha is a member of the women's hockey team going to Tokyo. Her mother and sisters manage the family expenses by working in a cycle factory. Like Neha, Deepika Kumari ji's life too has been full of ups and downs. Deepika's father drives an auto rickshaw and her mother is a nurse, and now she, Deepika, is at present the only female archer from India in the Tokyo Olympics. Our best wishes are with Deepika once ranked world's number one archer. Friends, wherever we reach in life, whatever height we attain, this connection with the ground always keeps us bound to our roots. The joy of success experienced after a period of struggle is something else. Our players going to Tokyo faced scarcity of means and resources in their childhood, but they preserved and endured with fortitude. The life of Priyanka Goswami ji of Muzaffarnagar, Uttar Pradesh also teaches a lot. Priyanka's father is a bus conductor. As a child, Priyanka adored the bag that the medal winners were presented with. It was this fascination that made her participate in the race walking competition for the first time. Now she is a big champion of that. Shivpal Singh ji, who participates in javelin throw, hails from Banaras. Shivpal ji's entire family is associated with this sport. His father, uncle, and brother are all experts at javelin throw. This family tradition is going to be useful for him in the Tokyo Olympics. The example of Chirag Shetty and his partner Satvik Sairaj going for the Tokyo Olympics is also inspiring. Recently, Chirag's maternal grandfather died of corona. Satvik himself also became corona positive last year. But despite these hurdles, both of them are preparing to give their best in the men's double shuttle competition. I would like to introduce you to another player, Manish Kaushik ji of Bhiwani, Haryana. Manish ji comes from an agricultural family. While working in the fields in his childhood, Manish became fond of boxing. Today, this hobby of his is taking him to Tokyo. There is another player, C.A. Bhavani Devi. Her name is Bhavani and she is adroit at fencing. Bhavani, who hails from Chennai, is the first Indian fencer to qualify in the Olympics. I was reading somewhere that in order for Bhavani ji's training to continue, her mother had even mortgaged her jewelry. Friends, there are numerous such names, but in Mann Ki Baat today, I have been able to mention only a few. Every player going to Tokyo has had one's own share of struggle and years of toil. They are going not only for themselves but for the country. These players also have to enhance the glory of India and win the hearts of the people, and that is why, my countrymen, I want to advise you too that we should not pressurize these players knowingly or unknowingly, but support them with an open mind and bolster the enthusiasm of every player. You can send your wishes to these players with hashtag cheer for India on social media. If you want to do something more innovative, then definitely do that too. If you come across any idea that the country should do collectively for our players, then you must send it to me. Together, we will support our players going to Tokyo. Cheer for India. My dear countrymen, the battle we, the countrymen, are fighting against corona is continuing, but in this fight together, we have achieved many an extraordinary milestone. Just a few days ago, our country accomplished an unprecedented feat. On the 21st of June, the next phase of the vaccination campaign commenced, and that very day the country registered a record of administering vaccines to over 86 lakh people free of cost, that too on a single day. Such a huge number of free vaccinations by the government of India, that too in a day, it is but natural that it was widely discussed. Stop.